What's up, everybody? If you're around, jump on and join me for Core Connection with Corey G. So, today's topic, what are you allowing to define you? So, jump on and join me if you are around. Let me know where you are in the world, what you're up to these days. My little dog might jump into this video, so she wants to be famous. So, how we define ourselves is kind of a complicated concept, and a lot of what we do, our identity, is wrapped up in a lot of things that really aren't necessarily important. So a lot of times we get wrapped up in our past, in our family stories, maybe in things we've done that maybe we're not too proud of, or maybe we get attached to an identity of struggle or an identity of suffering, or of being in bad relationships, or of always making mistakes or not making good decisions. And so when you start to think about what are the things that you're allowing to define you, and you really sit down with yourself, I'm going to share with you some tools of how you can start to redefine yourself if you find your current identity is not actually working for you. And a lot of times this is what I've seen happen with myself and with my clients, and it's just, unfortunately, we're programmed in such a way that our default is to kind of go with what society tells us. And we have a pretty deep programming that we continue to repeat. And so it takes concerted effort and consistent practice and high level of awareness to start to make those changes, which not everyone is up for, which I get. But if you are listening, I imagine you are up for this. So thank you for being here. So first question is, how do you define yourself? And really be honest with yourself. What is your definition of who you are? And notice what are the first things that you say about yourself. So many people will mention their career or their role in the family, perhaps mother or father, grandfather, something like that. Other people, the first thing they might mention might be their sexuality or their gender identity. Other people might identify most with their education. So think about, for you, if you had to say the 5 most important things about you, what would those 5 things be? And then ask yourself, is that truly who I am? Am I really my career? Am I really just my role in my family? Who am I really? And what I'm asking you to dig deeper for is think about your state of being. Think about your true characteristics beyond your family role, your education, your background, your training, your career, your finances. Who are you at your core? And that's the person that I want to bring out. Because when we allow our past to define us, we often lose touch with that person that we truly are and the person that we are actually, I believe, called to become. So think about your past and how much of your life are you living out of the past? So how many stories are you repeating from the past? And are you willing to continue to allow those stories to define you? So if you are in a place where you're like, I just am tired of the same old thing and I keep wanting to make changes and it's not happening, you're rooted in the past. And this is nothing to be ashamed about. It's just an opportunity to become more aware and to know now you have the choice to do something different. And that is the work that I do, is really rooting out where we are repeating the same patterns and mistakes and thoughts and beliefs. And of course, those have consequences and those create our situations and our circumstances and our lives. And so working with someone to really get down deep and start to help you rewire and reprogram and ultimately rewrite your life is key for making those changes, because often it's not something that we're willing to do on our own, or we don't go deep enough, or we stop before we actually succeed because we have some inherent self-sabotage going on, which all of us have at some degree. And so having someone to guide you on that road to make sure you're implementing the changes that you desire and helping you to see where you might be getting off course, and then really helping you to challenge yourself about what are these beliefs that are keeping me stuck or keeping me in a state of discontent? What are the actions that those beliefs are fostering? And then what are the results that those actions are getting me okay, so now if this is what I'm getting based on these beliefs, how can I start to change my beliefs so that they support me in becoming the person that I desire to be, so that I can become a different person ultimately, which doesn't mean you are not yourself anymore, but you're the self that you are meant to be, which is a higher evolved version of you, but it's still you at your core. Because I have a lot of people say, well, I'm afraid to be successful because I actually like myself as I am and I don't want to lose who I am. And I don't want to have to become someone new. So becoming someone new doesn't mean you lose who you are. You lose the parts of you that are not serving you, the parts of you that have held you back and that have kept you repeating bad behaviors or bad decisions or choices that don't support your highest good. And you're allowing the parts of you that are for your highest good and for your evolution ultimately to come through and to shine more profoundly. Because if you think about it, when you're operating from a place of limitation or lack or suffering or struggle or depression, you're not really who you are, because there's a part of you that's trapped in those negative emotions and trapped in those behaviors, and it's not allowing you to be the highest expression of you. And when you release all of that and allow that highest expression of you to come out, that person is the person that ultimately can make massive changes in their lives, and not just their lives, in the lives of others and in the world. And that's the person that the world needs, that your community needs, that your family needs, that you need. So couple tools for you. First one is to ask yourself, how do I define myself, and how much of my identity is based on the past or is based on parts of me that I actually don't want to continue to repeat, or parts of me that I don't want to continue to hold? And what do I need to release in order to become the person that I desire to be, to become that future version of me that I know is in there and that is doing the work that they love and living the life that they love and having incredible, rich relationships, having an awesome health, and really living in a state of purpose and joy? Who is that person? And what do you need to release in order for that person to come through in you in every area of your life? And the key here is really connecting with that person, like seeing that person is really who you are, and really get deep and vivid and detailed and emotional and think about the sense of excitement and joy and purpose and contribution and appreciation that you feel as that version of you. And then from that place, take action, and take actions that are contrary to the old you. So if you have always been afraid to reach out to people or call people or speak in front of people or do a video, do those actions that scare you, do the actions that will call your new version of you out into realization, because that's what motivates, activates, and accelerates your success, is you stepping into the person you desire to be now from a place of deep conviction that this is who you're meant to be, and really feeling in every fiber of your being what that feels like. So that when you take the actions, you're taking it from the right energetic space. Okay, so if you are in the place where you are just done with the struggle and tired of not achieving what you truly desire, or maybe not even sure what you truly desire anymore, because you've come to a place where you're just kind of settling and feel kind of resigned that this is what it is, please reach out to me, because there is a part of you, if you feel like, there must be more to life than this, that's because it's true. There is more to life than this. There's more to life than going through the motions and just getting by and settling and letting your dreams die within you. So there is a link in the comments to connect with me. And I also shared the tools in a powerful guide that you can get your hands on, and that is also in the comments. So grab a copy of that so you can start working this in your life every single day, because this is something multiple times a day you need to be rooting out what's holding you back, connecting with the highest version of you, and then taking action as the badass that you really are. Because that's the person that the world needs. That's the person that's going to change the world ultimately. All right. Can't wait to hear from you. Talk to you soon.